Hey, hello, 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 hello. How's everybody doing today? We got Keith, we got a little Frankie, we got some Carrie. How's it going, everybody? It's good to see you. Hey, Kevin. Everyone commiserating on having a tough week. Thank God it's Friday, man. Like, for real, TGIF. What up, Alex? Hey, Michael. We got no Ma'at today. They got some other work that needed to get done and are focusing on that tonight. So you guys will have to put up with me. I'm sorry. No, this isn't Swamp Thing. I had talked about doing maybe another storytelling redo or whatever. But I'm not in the mood for it. I've been writing so hard all week, and I'm ready to just do some like straight up making a picture. But I did save this for you guys. Let me get this out of the way. Here's the completed Swamp Thing. I think I did a little bit after the live stream. I don't remember, but I may have done a little bit on him, on his like chest. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I was like not sure how I was gonna do the throat because I had gotten rid of that stick, and then I just did a little bit. I basically decided to keep it as dark as possible and call it a day. So it turned out all right. I don't know, like it isn't quite, I don't know. There's something about it that doesn't 100% work for me, but it served its purpose of like, I learned a ton doing this. So I'm very, very happy with that part of it. And I do think it is a good picture. It's just, I don't know what I want it to be. I want it to be something slightly different. Oh, thanks, Brocky. I'm glad you like the stream where I was making this guy. Calm down, Keith. I'm getting to the tape. Let's see. Here, wait. There. There we go. Tape pulled. Looks nice without, like, I don't know, man, pictures always look so nice when you peel the tape. They have the little white around them, makes them feel like a Polaroid, like old, not the kind with the big white strip at the bottom, but like the older Polaroids where the film came completely loose. Hey, what up, Lucas? It's good to see you, man. What do you do with the art you paint in your streams? You must have walls covered in great art. You know, a lot of the I've sold a fair amount of the stuff I've done on streams, and but a lot of it is just sort of piled up and waiting. Usually I would take it to like conventions and sell them there, but I haven't been doing conventions for the last couple of years, so they're sort of stacked up. Although I will say that I am going to be at Boise Comic Arts Festival, is what I think it's called officially, next weekend. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with next week's stream, because I'm going to actually be on the road driving to Idaho next Friday. So we'll see if I have reception. I might just like open my phone and chit chat for a little bit while we drive, but I might have to just skip next week. We'll see. We'll see.
We're not driving Friday, we're driving Thursday. We'll be there on Friday. Don't want me?
No, we're leaving. We're doing 1 day of driving.
You're so right.
Mm-hmm. You freaked me out for a minute there.
I'm gonna check the email.
I don't know if you guys could hear that. Ma was just like, we're going to be driving on Thursday, but no, we're going to be driving on Friday. So the one thing I need to do with this is make a little note. Let me look at my calendar. It is August. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to make a note that I can varnish this in March next year. Because one of the things about the oil paintings is they are, like, they look kind of okay on the stream, but the part where some parts are shiny and other parts are not is a little bit unpleasant in real life. So in 7 months, when this is hopefully fully dried, or cured, as they say, I'll varnish it, and it'll sort of unify the surface gloss, so that for one thing, the colors will be a little bit more vivid, but also it'll just be consistent and will look a little bit prettier in real life. So that's the little Swamp Thing. He's done here. Oh, these two actually are pretty proud of this. Like, between these two paintings, I feel like I have really started. I don't feel like I'm locked in on oil painting, but I feel like it's starting to come together for me. Like, I'm starting to understand how to work with it, how to make it do what I want it to do. But I do feel like it's still going to take me like a while to get to where I am really able to sort of take advantage of what oil painting offers. Although I will say, I can't show it yet, but I did turn in my first oil painted cover that got accepted, and the editor seemed to be very excited about it. So that was good. that was kind of a relief. I had scheduled that job so that I had plenty of time where if they didn't like the oil painted one, I could still redo it using my like watercolor and acrylic ink and stuff. But they liked it. I think it turned out good. I'll get to show it off in, I don't know, some number of months. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Yeah, if you like the show, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs up too. All right, so I started on a little Wolverine. So I'm gonna just keep going. I did like a rough in of a sketch Guess you can see that okay. But now I'm gonna like dial it in and hopefully get some of the shadows worked out with a little bit more clarity, so that when I go to start painting, I'm working with a little more good intention. Snicked bub. One opinion I have about Wolverine is that it's cooler if he smokes cigarettes than if he smokes cigars. Dylan, what were you making designs for? What kind of designs? The snicked one. Yeah, Carrie, I like that too, where characters have onomatopoeia associated with them, like snicked bamf, thwip. There's not a ton of other ones. What other ones are there? Bamf is a really good one. Oh, you know what? I should do a Nightcrawler painting one of these days. He's a fun character. A poster and an album. Nice. How old is Wolverine nowadays? Have they decided that he's like 150 years old or some shit? Oof, Dylan, making logos, especially for yourself, is so hard. I settled on that sort of tiger logo that I got, but it took me so long. That's like my, I don't know, probably my third or fourth logo since I started doing comics. He was born in 1832. Jeez Louise. I mean, that's fun. I shouldn't. I shouldn't think that that's far fetched or whatever. He is Wolverine. Yeah, for reals, Frankie. I would love to have a Wolverine style healing factor. Like I smoked for 15 years. I quit. I started smoking when I was like 14, and I quit when I turned 30. And I still to this day like will smell someone smoking cigarettes and be like, that would be nice right now. And if I had a healing factor, I could smoke all I wanted. Hey Emma, it's good to see you. I'm kind of trying to give him uh, the hairstyle that Kent Williams gave him in Havoc and Wolverine. Melt Meltdown? Was that the name of that series? Oh dang, I feel like it's a little bit too late, but I do. I'm just picturing him wearing those like cool wraparound sunglasses that they gave him in that series. All right, so the other goal that I had with this was I'm going to do it in oil, but I was thinking I would do an essentially monochromatic image and then see about glazing later. So I don't know how that'll turn out or whatever, but it seems like a fun thing to try. The although I don't think I'm gonna do like a fully monochromatic. Like I would, if you did monochromatic, I would do. This is ivory black, and I would use titanium white. Oh man, I might need to. The black still. Maybe I'll try using this paint. This paint's been out all week, so it might not be that great of a decision to use it, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm not made of paint. It kind of does have a Sean Phillips vibe to it somehow. Something about the mouth shape in relation to the eyes, maybe? I don't know. Oh, Emma, I'm gonna be at Rose City on Saturday at Rose County. Um, I'm gonna do a couple signings and a panel, so I'll try to find you and say hi. All right, let's see here. What brush do I want to get started with? I tend to like square brushes. This one's pretty big. How big is this? I think this is a 1-inch. Yeah, I think this is a 1-inch. And I don't think I'm going to start with pure black. I think I'm going to go a little bit gray for the darkest part. Nebraska Comic-Con was slow. That sort of sounds like a Nebraska thing. I think I'm gonna add some oil to this. Yeah, I really should probably put out fresh paint, but I'm gonna be lazy. Oh, congratulations on your guitar. I think you mentioned that. Did you mention that last week or online or something? I have been playing guitar not very well for a long time. And it's fun. I like guitar's like one of those instruments that's really kind of easy to play and sing at the same time. Well, I say easy. It took me a long time to get it down to be able to do that, but once you can, it's fun to be able to just like sit down and make like a whole song's worth of music by yourself. Okay. I tried to be lazy and it didn't work. I'm gonna get fresh paint. Oh, nice, Michael. I just, for someone who has played guitar, like I guess I started playing guitar in um, 94, and I've never like really sat down and put a ton of effort into trying to get good at it. Like I've sort of always just learned just enough to do a song, and then I'll learn enough to do the next song, and then so on and so forth. But I finally bought my nicest guitar ever recently, which was uh, like $110 Squire off of Amazon. And it's just funny how like such a it's just funny how many bad guitars I've played in my lifetime. Yeah, Falama Lama. The other color I was thinking about trying to introduce to this was raw umber, because it is an incredibly gray brown, and I think it'll be nice to add like a little bit of warmth to this without it feeling like it's tinting it very strongly. We'll see. Trying to find where I think the sort of the most common light. It's a little bit dark still. This is why people use brushes for light and for dark. Someone Nihai's Wolverine story. Is that? Yeah, that's the one called Snicked. Yeah, I have read that. It was okay. I didn't really love it, but I thought it was a great effort. I have no idea how anyone with chubby hands plays guitar. You know, I don't know. Have you ever heard of a band called the Screaming Females? The the lead singer and lead guitar is a very short woman who has pretty pudgy little fingers, and she fucking shreds. Finger liposuction. Practice. Ugh. I have not heard about the iPhone finger thing. Alpha Llama Llama. The plan is, yeah, basically alpha or an basically monochromatic painting, and then I may, if it's like coming together, I will try to go in with glazes and see what it feels like to try to put some color in over the black and white. It is one of the things that's weird with oil painting is that like, I don't know, it feels like, well, for one thing, every like how to oil paint thing I have ever seen, they have worked from life. And with the well, even like James Gurney is like, he'll do something fantastical, but he'll make a maquette so that he has something to look at. And as a comic book artist, I'm very comfortable with um, just making shit up. But when I start oil painting, I feel like I really would like to have some sort of real world reference to look at. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of frustrating that I don't. And it's also frustrating that I feel like I want it as opposed to just like being able to do what I normally do with watercolor or whatever, or with ink. Emma's dinosaurs are fantastic. Highly recommend. What do I want to do with the background, you think? Kind of tempted to just do it black, but that seems kind of lazy. But also, I'm not doing this to work hard. I'm doing this to cool down. Yeah, man, pop-up books are cool, but man, they seem like a lot of work. There are a bunch of books though about pop-up books nowadays, um, but I don't know the names of any of them off the top of my head. I'm sure you can find them because it's one of those. It seems like one of those things where it is easy to learn, difficult to master. Like there's only a couple principles you really have to internalize to be able to get good at pop-up books. But then the complexity, like you can just keep building on complexity until you have very cool stuff. Oh, Lucas, that would be cool. When I did a marketing piece, well, I guess I didn't do much of it, but I helped produce a marketing piece for a video game company once where we had custom boxes made and we had to provide a company with some artwork, and they made a die stamp to cut the boxes for us, and it was really fun and kind of surprisingly affordable. Like I think, well, this was forever ago though. Who knows what prices are like nowadays? But it was like, I think we only paid like $200 or $300 to have the dye made. This raw umber is funny. It's like it's very dry. Like it feels like it doesn't have hardly any oil in it. It's very interesting. I wonder if it will. A lot of the earth tones seem to dry really, really fast. Probably because like the paint oxidizes. So if it's like iron oxide or something, then it has like the materials to oxidize built in already. I think. I don't know if that's true. I'm just talking. Oh yeah, we did figure it out, but unfortunately we can't get rid of the crowns on my end. It's like each individual user has to opt out, which is irritating. I have been so tempted to buy some cosplay just to screw around with it because it actually looks super um, fun. And one thing I do, well, I think I like this this paper that I'm using. This is the Arches oil paper. But man, I would sure like it if there was a one without texture. Like I would love this. If it felt like a hot press watercolor paper. Because it's kind of a pain in the ass to sit here and like just scrub into the paper to try to get rid of all these little tiny white dots. It's like once you get a little bit of paint on the surface, it's not a big deal. Like it's really easy to just spread all the way across, but when the paper is dry, it is a little bit of a fighter. Doesn't want to get painted. Okay. I need to get better at having light colored brushes and dark colored brushes, just so I can help keep my paint mix a little bit cleaner. without Mott here. I'm having a hard time keeping up with the chat. Yeah, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Oh, you're looking at Emma's like Instagram or something? That's fun. Dang it. I did it. I used my clean brush or my light brush for my dark paint. It only lasted 5 minutes. Somehow he looks a little too handsome or something. I don't know quite what it is. Might be like, I don't know what it is. He's just so damn handsome. Yeah, he does kind of look young. Maybe that is it. Maybe that's it. So I'm kind of trying to treat this side of the face as like lost edges. So it's like the shadow is makes that part of his face sort of intentionally vague. I guess it's kind of the same gag I did with the Swamp Thing piece. Yeah, Michael, I think you're right. There's something not quite like messed up or something. Maybe it is, maybe it has to do with like this, his cheekbone. Like he has, he has that look like um, those manga dudes that are like have seen it all, and the artist tries to draw them looking all burly and tough and like world weary, but they're still like cartoonishly handsome. Like he kind of has that look for me right now. The angle of the camera kind of does like not doing him any favors though. Like he does look a little bit different in real life. I need to figure out how. I understand that there are plugins that will let you get rid of the perspective on your camera, and that seems like something that might be worthwhile to figure out. If I could make this look If I could remove the perspective from it so you could see it more clearly, I think that would be nice. Keith, not everything is AI. The description I have read about this plugin is that it you basically draw a circle, a square, or a polygon, and then you tell it what the actual aspect ratio is, and it just skews the image to fit. Oh, Michael, I'm sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I was reading earlier that at some estimates in the last day or two, AI companies have lost $1 trillion. Feels like a cross between an episode of The Office and Terminator. Yep. A T800 doing the panda, or the, what do they call that? The turn to camera thing. because the coworker is like, I can't write an email anymore. Can you do it, T800? Oh man, Dwight would 1000% be a fan of AI. I think when I go to color this, I'm starting to think maybe I should focus on the light of the cigarette and have that be like the main source of color and do like a red and just give him just the tiniest bit of like fill lighting in the shadow of his face from the cigarette, and then let everything else be mostly monochromatic, maybe a little bit on the blue side. How long do you have to wait to glaze? I think it'll be ready by next week. I'm using this. The white that I'm using is supposedly a fast dry white, and it definitely dries faster than most titanium whites, but it is a little bit still on the slow side. And I don't really have a good sense of how fast the ivory black dries, but I am pretty sure that the raw umber that I'm using dries really fast. So we'll see. Sometimes when you use like a fast drying paint with a slow drying paint, I don't know, it's a trip because sometimes it feels like the slow drying paint wins. Like it feels like there's some sort of negotiation happened between the two pigments, and one of them will either like speed up or slow down the other one, and it doesn't. It's really hard to know which. And I'm sure there's documentation about it somewhere, but it also might just be my vibes, my like how I'm feeling the vibes of the paint as opposed to like the reality of it. Oh, learned a technique in college where you use do the base illustration in watercolor or acrylic washes. Then you apply a layer of matte medium, then glaze with oil. Definitely speed up the process. Yeah, I think that doing some acrylic underpainting might end up having to be part of my process with this stuff. But I don't know yet. One thing for sure about my oil painting is that I am not good at holding multiple brushes. Years ago when I spent a little bit of time figuring out oil painting, I would hold brushes in my mouth a lot. And I'm sure you can imagine the lesson I learned. It was like, God, I think it was like a mouthful of phthalo blue. So like when I die, I'm sure they're gonna like track it to the time I ate a whole brush load of phthalo blue. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Keith. I hadn't thought about that actually. I'd thought about using like some solvent to thin it down, but I'm like really trying hard not to use solvents. So, but if I just sort of rub it in with a paper towel, that might be actually work really well to like get an initial tone down. think I'm pretty close to being done for the night. I think it's just about at a point where I need it to rest, so I can tack up a little bit. I can come back to it with and not have to like fight with all this wet paint. He says as he keeps on painting. Does Wolverine have a butt chin? I don't know. I don't know if there's like a... I don't know if it is canon or not. I'm sure that there are... I'm sure he's appeared with plenty of cleft chins in his time. God, I'm never going to be able to stop. I did something. All right. All right, that's it for the night. I am officially cooled down. I've heard mixed things about Alien Earth. What do you think, Lucas? Is it any good? Yeah, that does sound like a late one. Alpha Llama Llama. Nice. We're even getting mixed reviews in the chat. Well, thanks, Carrie. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna paint a little bit on him through the week if I can make some time. I would like to resolve the black and white a little bit more before I Try to tone him. I'm just seeing if I can get rid of some of these white specks just by rubbing. Definitely can. I'm kind of like you, Lucas. Well, I don't know if I'm like you in that respect, but I'm like I am a person without alien headcanon. So like when I watched Prometheus, I was like, oh, so that's what happened. Has there been another Predator movie? The last one I remember was the one with the Native American girl, like the one that happened in the past, which was really good. I really loved it. Shout out to that dog. I don't want Metallica and Tool in my Alien movies. I think that's actually a good call, Keith. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the animated one. Prey, that's what it was called. Thanks, Michael. I'm gonna have to check out that animated one. Child predator. That's creepy to say, but an interesting idea. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. Like I said, I don't know what the stream situation will be next Friday. If we do stream, we'll be streaming from the road. And who knows what my reception will be like. Like, we'll literally be on the road driving. So we'll see what happens. So take care of each other. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. Tell the people you love how much you love them. And I love all you guys. I'll see you maybe next Friday, for sure the Friday after. Bye.